How do you decide between new features and fixing bugs?
Okay, so that's, you're asking me personally or the company?
From what gets in, from a point of view of what gets implemented into the software.
Right. So each release is planned with a number of themes. And so those themes are generally planned between the marketing department and R&D. So I'm actually not involved in those higher level planning meetings, but I have input. I talk to Austin and Fielder and all these guys on a regular basis.
So you're given an agenda to develop against?
Yeah, well, basically we come up with themes for the release. Like this release, scalability is one of the themes, for instance. Then we go off and brainstorm. What does that mean? What do we need to address to say we've gone after this theme and we've actually delivered on the theme. So we'll go for scalability, for instance. We'll figure out who are the best people in the company that can go brainstorm that subject. People from tech support, marketing, product definition, which is part of marketing, R&D, and we'll go off and we'll have brainstorming sessions on it and come up with a list of higher level goals that we want to address. And then what we do is the R&D development managers responsible for the particular areas that would implement projects would go off and basically put line item projects that would need to be done by developers to address the issue. So in those themes, we have a combination of bug fixing type things and new functionality. So it's always a balance of how we decide, and it's again per theme. But more and more, it's going more towards bug fixing type things. And when I say bug fixing, it's I'm trying to think of an example of going after things that don't work well. Undercut detection. So it's really, that's not really a bug fix per se, but it's something that doesn't work as the user would expect. That would we would go after. So I guess that's fixing up. You could consider that bug fixing. That's kind of fixing up existing functionality.
But when you're talking about themes for releases, you would only fix bugs within a certain theme, or that would be your focus?
Not necessarily. We also, with every single release, we have bug fixing people assigned. So the development group is broken up into subgroups. So we have like a parts group, an assemblies group, content group, a usability group, and each of those has to assign a certain amount of bug fixing time. Now, some of that bug fixing time goes towards fixing bugs on service packs, and some of it goes towards fixing bugs on the next release that's coming out. But more and more, we're making the requirements for how many of those bug fixing projects we have per release more and more.
Yeah.
Like this particular release, we just actually, in the period 2 development, we just dropped a whole bunch of functionalities to add more bug fixing type projects.
I heard that in the press. In the press time that we had, that was to me that was really good news that you're going to focus more on fixing bugs.
Yeah, we're going to be doing more and more of it as time goes on. As I said in that meeting, users are pretty much happy with the functionality we have for the most part. There's some functional holes here and there, but for the most part we have most of the functionality, and what they really want is the thing to be fast, reliable, and consistent, right? That's what people are really looking for at this point. That's what then we have to, to survive in the marketplace, we also have to do some things to go against our competitors, so we don't see like we're stagnating, and go the route of Pro-E where you pay attention to your existing customers and not kind of pay attention to your competition. And I know as a customer you don't like to hear that, but it's required for our survival. So we have to have a balance.
You just cut across 2 other questions that I've got. Let me just ask the one, because it kind of flows right out of what you're saying. What forces exist that drive new functionality other than customers?
Other than customers. So some of it is marketing type things that we want to, we look at competitive products, we want to be competitive with them, so sometimes we'll do some things, based on what they're doing. That's more rare. We more of the things that we do against Autodesk are more trying to capture the 2D market, which is a big market.
So if Inventor adds a dancing dinosaur cursor, is SolidWorks going to...
No, we actually, for the most part, we don't follow Inventor that much. More so I think they follow us a bit. And, we do look at their stuff and evaluate whether it's worth following. For a long time we've been looking at their forget what the stuff is called, but they're kind of machinery's handbook, kind of design wizards and things like that. We've just, from what we see, that's not of that much interest to users, so we haven't been going after it.